But let's talk about signs of someone who could be a good friend, right? Someone who could potentially move through the circles to become one of the most important people in your life. Because there actually are signs that you can watch out for and take note of, oh man, this person always does this, and wow, this too. And when a friendship goes from an acquaintanceship to meaningful contact, that's because there's a certain type of interaction that happens that makes it meaningful. So BetterHelp actually outlines signs that someone might be a good friend you may want to start spending more time with to grow a deeper relationship. 1, they are there for you. Now, this is a catch-22 because how do you know if someone's there for you if you don't let them in, right? So something to keep in mind with that. 2, again, kind of a catch-22. Not only are they there for you, which can take on different meanings, but they listen to you intently and want to hear what you have to say. Number 3, I think is really important. You feel good when you're around them. You felt like they literally gave you life. And, with so much talk of toxic friendships, that everything's toxic, let's just boil it down to this. Am I a friend that gives life to the people around me? And at the same time, am I paying attention to people in my life that give me that same life and make me feel good as well? And yeah, as a side note, if you're these 5 characteristics too, there's pretty high chances that you're going to be an awesome friend as well. Because I fully believe that we should not be ever expecting anybody else to be a great friend if we aren't willing to have those attributes of a great friend ourselves first. Number 4, signs of a great friend. They're empathetic towards you. What does that mean? They show that they care by trying to understand where you're coming from, and they hold space and room for you to also express your candid feelings. And 5 is a huge one, and one that we need to all continuously work on. It's the ability to forgive and apologize. I mean, how easy is it to look at the world through the lens of, can you believe they did that to me? Instead of, what could I have done better first? Okay, so we have 5 possible signs of a good friend to keep an eye out for. And so on the inverse of that, we should probably talk about 5 signs that you should look out for to know that this might not be a good friend after all. Someone who isn't the most quality friend will do things like only show up or be around when they need something from you. 2, they frequently badmouth other friends. You can't actually think that they're not doing the same to you behind your back. Loyalty translates. This is how you can get the first insight as to whether someone is actually going to be a loyal friend, is whether they are talking about other people behind their back or not. Number 3, sign of a friendship that might not be the highest quality. They don't tolerate differences and almost act threatened if somebody is different or has different viewpoints on things than them. Number 4, they're flaky, as in they don't do what they say they're going to do. Now, for me personally, this is one of the most important things of my life, and I hold myself to a really high standard of it as well. Do I always do it? No. But am I always trying to? Yes. I want to be a person who my yes is yes and my no is no. That way people know, hey, I can rely on Zoe. I can trust Zoe. And the number 5 sign to look for someone that might not be a good friend is they're pushy and they're not seeking to understand at all. And a lot of this revolves around this concept of a growth mindset or not having a growth mindset. And having a growth mindset in a friendship is actually really important. And I'm going to talk about that in the next episode.